because I was so anxious rolling into town. I was like, this is crazy the way that they've conducted traffic. Well, who civil engineered this? And then I was like, we have to walk down the street to run some errands. Okay, maybe I'll just stay in the van. And then as soon as we stepped out on the street, I was like, oh, this is lovely. This place is lovely. Despite the chaos, it's organized.
I mean, you never know when the chaos occurs, so
Yeah.
it could be lovely and pleasant and quiet, and then all of a sudden, the Lakers come to town, and it's insane.
Nobody told me.
I love it. We were in sound check, and you glance at the screen, and you're like, the Lakers are playing?
Against the
Go
Golden
ahead.
State Warriors?
Very
Is that what
good,
it is?
very good.
I was joking. I was like, the Golden State Britches?
But I was very pleasantly surprised that you had, ball.
Oh, I know ball. Yeah, every year for my birthday, growing up in Orlando, we would go to a Magic game until I was in like 5th grade, as you heard me say. And I would always pick out a t-shirt and then wear it to school the next day and be so excited. Yeah, and then they traded, was it Dwight Howard to the Heat?
I was about to say, what era were you?
Or was it Dwayne Wade? Dwayne Wade.
Yeah. No. Dwayne Wade was the Heat.
Right. And we had Dwight Howard. Didn't
Howard.
the Heat take Dwight Howard eventually?
No.
He came to the Lakers.
That's right. Yeah.
I've been out of it. I've been checked out since 5th grade.
I was about to say, ever since Dwight Howard left, you were like, that's enough of that.
I'm done.
Actually, you're quite the nomad. You bounced around, so your allegiance to Orlando is not
I know. It
required.
It's a loose tether, but it's there for sure. I think today I was thinking about it so much because walking through the organized chaos of San Francisco, I realized I learned to navigate crowds so well growing up going to theme parks and being, because you have people from all over the world who are just like, they all have a different way of navigating through a sea of people, and they're all so excited and looking around. And so a city like this feels just like that.
You're here for music, along with this lovely conversation.
Yes.
You're headlining your very first tour here. How's it been so far?
It's been magical. I think I was checked out. I had like a month in between this like really long string of opening up for other people that I did from like 2 weeks post-grad from Georgia. I just like got on the road and haven't really stopped touring, opening for other people, which has been amazing. And just kind of blacked out and woke up on night 1 of this tour. And it just all became like so clear once I was like sitting down in front of this first audience of these sweet folks in Denver, and every night it's just become like clearer and clearer that I have done what I've set out to do, and I'm still doing it, which is like cultivating this group of like-minded individuals that are just like lovers, that are just people full of so much love, and they share these sweet stories of like a lot of people who just like went through a dark time and then found the music and then remembered and like woke up and they were like, no, like I'm meant to share love in this world, and familial and friendship and romantic, and that feels cool to be in a room full of all those people at once and feel their energy and see them experiencing the songs. It's so cool. It's so rewarding and wholesome.
It's great to hear you say that, because sometimes you write these songs in a vacuum in your bedroom,
Yeah.
by yourself, on your laptop, humming into your voice memos or staring at the ceiling. You come up with an idea, and then you start working on your laptop and start strumming some melodies, but you don't have any idea how it's going to be consumed.
Right. It still is that feeling, even to this day, as I'm writing little bits on this tour of like what's next, but it takes me right back to that moment when I was like, whoa, I don't know where this song came from, but hopefully someone will like it. And it's like, oh, it's more than somebody liked it. It's somebody proposed to their significant other to it, and somebody thinks of their little brother, right before they're about to go get married, and their last names are changing. Like, things like that I never ever set that intention for it to be experienced that way, but I let it go into the world, and it's done its own little thing.
Obviously, the music and songs and lyrics reflect your personality, and I assume your outlook on life. How do you maintain the idealistic point of view, especially with the realities of life that go on?
I think pretty early on, I don't know, I am the youngest. No, I'm not the youngest. I have 2 older brothers, and then there's me, and I have a little sister. So not only I'm a little sister first and a big sister second, and that also feels like being like mom junior. And like, feel like I got the good upbringing from my brothers who beat me up a little bit and showed me, like, life's like this. It's tough. You're going to get mud on your face. And you're going to pick yourself up because nobody else will, and neither are we. And then I had my little sister who I, like, set out to protect, you know, who decided she didn't need me, and then she needed me again. And it's like, I don't know, playing all these different roles for people in life has kind of just made me protective of myself and others. And the world is so dark, and I think I've found so much value in community and looking smaller, looking inward, looking right next door to me. I don't know.
It's a testament to your family and your parents to create such a strong bond amongst children. A lot of time with two older brothers, they'll be all like, get out of the way, squirt.
Oh, they were. For a long time, we didn't even talk. Like, we're all like 4 or 5 years spread out. So I think we were all going through crazy different life phases. I was like, you don't get me, I'm out of here, sort of a thing, until we all came around when we were older in the most recent years and been like, oh God, need you. Need you, let's stay in touch.
Yeah.
So my brothers are like in their 30s and little sister's in college.
Was there any rebellious phase that you went through at all? Did you go through your goth phase, your emo phase, where you're like, no one understands me?
Totally, from day one. I remember in the 3rd grade, I was wearing all black, and I was like, take me to the skate park. I'm different and not like the other girls.
Right.
And my mom refused to take me to the skate park.
Why?
Because she was like, I'm not taking you to the hospital to go get your elbow put into a cast. So I just skated around on flat ground in Florida, but I was always in some sort of a phase and was always a little angsty, and I was pretty like angry as a kid and sad, and it wasn't until recently that I just was like, life can't be angry and sad forever. I've gotta give love to get love.
Was there an epiphany? Was there an incident, a situation where you were like experiencing something that opened your eyes to that? Because it takes a lot for someone to kind of make that change.
There are definitely like a couple things I can think about, but most recently it was like coming out of college. I've never been a school person. I never was as a kid. I flunked math every single year, and they just kind of like let me get by on like a, I don't know, whatever, pretty privilege. I don't know. They let me. Like, I'm in the 4th grade failing math so badly. Up until high school and college, I was flunking accounting and barely made it through, and only went to college because somebody told me I'd never get in. So I did it out of spite, was finished school out of spite. And just the whole time I was there, I was like, I'm working 3 jobs and these girls are in a sorority. And like, I wish I could afford to be in a sorority and have fun and go to parties. And that like spite just kept filling it. There was always something for me to be angry about, and I couldn't do it anymore. I was sad. My health was declining. It was just like, is this how you want to live? Is like 30 years from now, look back and say like, I don't know. But as soon as I was on the other end of what I had to do, and I was fully prepared to rip out of Athens and go do exactly what I wanted to do, I felt so confident in myself and so sure of myself, and there was nothing to hold me back emotionally after that. Like, I knew I'd done everything I could to prepare for my dreams, and that felt good. I think that's what it took to really shake me up and be like, okay, like, are you happy now? You did it. Now you get to go live this.
Right,
yeah.
Right. Well, I'm glad that it wasn't on the table of some tattoo artist where you're going to get some long, crazy sleeve.
I have this tiny little rebellious...
That was the start?
Yeah, I had this. This was from my first trip to Nashville. And it was like, I'm going to keep my heart on the inside of my sleeve because I'm giving my love away too quick, and then people are taking advantage of it. Oh. And now I'm just like, everybody take it.
Like, again, I think it really goes back to the strong familial ties and upbringing, because you could have easily gone down the route of the goth emo girl.
Yeah.
Like I said, with the sleeve, black hair, white contact eyes.
Genuinely, that is who I am. And I've
really?
always thought that since I was a kid. I just have chosen to avoid the conflict with my parents about it. I think I said it at the show. in Portland, I was making a joke, like, Lana Del Rey's done such a fabulous job at romanticizing Catholicism, because I grew up very Catholic with a very Italian father and a very sweet Southern mother, and they kept me locked away.
I was going to say, what a combination.
No, they sniffed it on me. I was a party girl from the womb on, and growing up where I did, it was like just best to keep me home. So the upbringing was pretty strict, but being locked away in my bedroom all the time and my brothers not wanting to hang out with me led to me picking up a guitar and being lost in my own brain.
You found that outlet, a positive outlet.
Yeah.
Because it really could have turned into something else.
Yeah. And tattoos are just expensive. I would be covered if I didn't want to spend money on other things.
Well, now you're in the music business. You could be friends with tons of tattoo artists who will give you a nice deal.
Oh, you would think it worked that way. It doesn't.
After this, I'll take you down the street and here in San Francisco. We'll memorialize
we'll get matching
this
tattoos.
Experience. Yeah, the britches.
Yeah.
Think of something here.
Golden britches.
Yes. By the way, I gotta give you your props for bringing to light another artist name that references a county, because all this time we've only had one in Rex Orange County.
Oh.
And now we have you, individual female, Clover County.
Yeah.
I think you're the only two.
I haven't thought about him in a long while. I grew up in Orange County in Florida, so that's funny. Huh. He was kind of like, he had gone a little dark by the time I came on the scene, I guess.
Well, his tunes are still kind of boppy. And,
yeah, he's got some hits for sure.
Yeah. But Clover County is a little bit different. You're creating a community, from what I understand, right?
Yes.
And you just referenced all the love that people are, relating to into the music and things. Why Clover County?
I was born in March, and springtime to me has always been so magical, because for the entire world, spring is the season of rebirth, and the world just comes right back to life after the darkest bit for a lot of people after the holidays. And I feel like it can never come soon enough for me for the flowers and the trees to come back to life. So.
And the birthday cake.
And the birthday cake. Yeah. I think also, I was always one of those kids that always cried on my birthday. So I was like,
why?
You know what? I don't know. Always something. There was always something.
I'm 8.
Yeah,
oh
I'm 8. Taxes are right around the corner.
11 years old. What do I do with this 1040 EZ?
Exactly. So.
You said Italian father, so I'm sure he really threw reality in your face.
Just cannolis. He did.
Just cannolis.
Yeah. Threw cannolis in my face. So, he's the best.
I love your enthusiasm, your positivity, and Finer Things really reflects a lot of that. Where did the optimism, or how did you bottle up the optimism throughout all these songs? Because this was a period of, 5 years of your life, 18 to 23, right?
Yeah.
A lot of it probably started around COVID. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't joking around. Like, you were really trapped in your room. You had nothing else to do.
Truly.
And a lot of us were like that, and a lot of artists were like that. So now we're getting a lot of that music that was created or inspired by that time.
Yeah.
A lot of it is not very positive.
Yeah. I think I wasn't ever too sure what sort of an artist I was or who I was going to show up as for people. And the reason I kind of chose to go by Clover County was so it's a project name. It's not like I'm trying to show up. It's not like I'm trying to show up as AG, make me famous. Like, hi, I'm a celebrity. I went on tour with Medium Build. That was the second tour I ever did. The first summer I started touring. And he's got some really powerful and beautiful songs. People are just sobbing to them every night. And even when on his best days, he's showing up and he's singing these really sad songs. And it takes a toll on a person to kind of jump into that emotional state for people who paid to see it. I think I knew then that from the jump I wanted people to be showing up to shows ready to smile and laugh. And I just knew that if I could spend the rest of my life, if I could be Emmylou Harris one day and people knew what I was about, I wanted it to be love and light and joy, because that was going to keep me healthy enough to do it till I'm 80, That's where it all started for me, was touring, was learning firsthand as I was going.
It's really doing wonderful things for you. You played a bunch of festivals. You talked about the Americana Festival. You also played Austin City Limits, which is huge. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
That was the second weekend, so I wasn't there for that. I was there for the first, but how did that go? What was that like to see the sea of people? And I'm sure a lot of randoms just walking by and then probably stopping.
It was really cool. It was really cool. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still processing it. I remember somebody was supposed to come along that weekend that didn't, which led me to finish the song Suitcase. And I decided to debut it in the middle of my set at Austin City Limits and decided I was going to record it and put it on the deluxe album. The next day I flew to Durham and re-recorded it. But it's such a grand festival. It's massive. No, not these boots, but I had gotten a brand new pair of boots in Texas that day and wore them, and we walked like 30,000 steps.
Oh my God.
Hanging out at the festival. And I just couldn't believe that in this sea of people, I'm walking around like, I played this. My name's on the poster. Like, this is so cool.
What was it like being backstage and just seeing the artist names? And did you have any encounters? Was Sabrina running around? And
Sabrina, I did not see her, but Olivia Dean, we rolled up to the checkpoint. They take you in vans to the checkpoint before you even get to the grounds, and they like do a whole security check. And I was like, oh, that's Olivia Dean, that's pretty cool. She sees my van, she must know I'm okay. So we're equals, right? Like, I was playing it really cool.
You are equals. It's almost like a music conference in a lot of ways. Just because you're at 12 or 1 or 2 o'clock doesn't mean...
Well, we played at the exact same time, which was sad. I was upset because I couldn't go see her. But then we roll in, and our vans park next to each other, and my slidey door is facing her window. So I'm like, I can see her, that's cool. I'm just going to get out of the van super casual. And I get up and I go to grab my bag, and the door's open, and then it slams, and my butt cheeks are stuck in the door. And she's like, I don't know if she saw or not, but like, all she would have seen were my butt cheeks just hanging out in this van. And
she's like, that poor tour manager.
She was like, oh, this poor fan.
Yeah.
She probably won a contest to get in here. Oh, but then, I was so embarrassed, shook it off. And the next day, I saw her at this famous little boot shop on the main strip out in Austin. And I was like, I'm going to say hey. So I said hi, and she was so sweet. So that was cool. That was my one encounter. Cole Sprouse was sitting outside of my dressing room, and everybody's names are like in big letters on their dressing room. So it was like me, MJ Linderman, like whoever else. And then Cole Sprouse is just out there chain smoking like he does. And I was like, this is crazy. So me and my friend go out there, and we were like, we'll smoke a cigarette too, like whatever.
It's hot out here. Let's go outside.
So we should go out there and smoke. I don't know what our plan was, so we just like awkwardly chain smoked next to him, chain smoking, and then some Australian guys came up and were like, "You guys have rolling papers? Those are really tiny cigarettes," because they were Virginia Super Slims.
Ah, I see what you're doing.
I was like, "Get out of the way! I'm trying to catch Cole Sprouse."
This is gonna be my first time seeing you, so I guess I should have a box of tissues with me or something in my pockets to when you play Virginia Slim.
I don't know, maybe. It's always funny. I don't rehearse anything I'm gonna say in between songs if I decide to talk, which I normally do, and never really know till I'm out there and I can see faces, like if it's gonna be a tender night or a silly night, if I'm screaming into the microphone or what. So we'll see. I'm feeling pretty bubbly.
All right, good. Well, you're here in San Francisco. The Lakers are in town playing the Britches.
Yeah, we're all here.
We're all here. You're here. So great to meet you.
Thanks, you too.
Really appreciate the time.
This has been fun.
Absolutely. Clover County, right here on B-Sides.